Sly Cooper is an amazing PlayStation 2 platformer. It's an incredible experience casually, but it's even more incredible as a speedrun. I've handpicked some of my favorite glitches I've learned. Right now I'm doing specific inputs to normalize the camera's movement so it's in a specific spot. There's specific textures and pixels I'm looking at so I can get the right angle. The camera's in the right spot, I hold down on the D-pad and the camera launches me across the stage, right to the end. On to the next skip. So I'm meant to slowly move around the rope to hit all these mirrors, but I'm just gonna jump in the middle and swing on the inside before he starts shooting. And yeah, that's it. Another level skip. So the start of the level is that glowing thing in the back. I'm gonna just jump up here where the entrance is. And if I get the right pixel, I can jump on that stick in the inside of the tree. And from here, it's like, yeah, GG, I'm out of bounds, I can go straight to the end. Here I hook onto the pole, but you can actually jump off of the pole before you actually fully hook on. That gave me enough height, and now I'm further into the level. When you jump into water, you can die. But since the other half of the level isn't loaded, I can jump perfectly over the loaded water into the unloaded water and skip the entire level. So here I am setting up this enemy to shoot at me at the right angle. I'm gonna jump off his bullet and jump over the wall into the second part of World 1. So now I'm going to stand behind the cannon in a specific spot. And I'm going to make the game remember where I last stood by swinging before I land on the ground. Now the game still thinks I was behind the cannon, so when I get stuck, it launches me to that spot, passing through the trigger, going to World 2. Next, so I'm going to jump behind this dog and move into his head as he swings across, flinging me across the entire map into the next section. Into this next skip, where I'm going to skip unlocking the door and just jump through the wall by positioning my camera so it pushes me through. I'm going to get myself stuck in this corner and it's going to launch me over into the roof. Now I can go out of bounds into World 3. This trick is the same as the cannon from earlier. But I'm going to take a damage instead, and it's going to warp me through the trigger into the boss. Here you're going to see a pole jump from earlier, and I'm going to use it to skip a part. This pole jump is insane. Here I do another setup like the start of the video. I'm lining up the camera so it can push me later on. And all I have to do is hold forward and boom. Now I have to hold back and then forward because the camera is going crazy. And I grab a ledge from at the end of the level and yeah. Here I'm making the game remember where I last stood by doing the jumps. And now I'm doing a very specific world skip where I line myself up perfectly. So when I jump down, I hit the water, but I don't drown. So I graze by it, I take damage, and I have to time how far down I fall, so when I fling out, it launches me right to the end. Why does that feel so high? Oh my. Here I have to set up exactly where I'm going to jump. Because the goal is to jump into that little metal thing in front of me. And it's going to fling me out of bounds into the next part. There you go. This last one I've chosen is just jumping out of bounds. Not entering the boss arena, but jumping on invisible walls and floors. And just dying behind the boss, skipping it. But yeah, this game is super sick.